Ramblin man here. Okay, so if you remember, just a few days ago, about a week ago, there was a mass shooting in Austin, Texas. Now, just one of many across the U.S., but this one hits closer to home because it's about 45 minutes from my house. And so if you've never been to Austin, especially back in the heyday, but 6th Street's kind of like a party street for all intents and purposes. So this is where the mass shooting took place. Now let's give you a little background on this. So there were 14 people that were injured. Of those, one of them passed away, 25-year-old. And he had already graduated from college. He was set to marry his high school sweetheart. Shot through the abdomen, went straight through, and so it was one of those painful type deaths. He just and he did not make it. Okay, so you have one death, 13 others that are injured. And let me tell you about why this happened. All right, first off, I've mentioned multiple times when I'm on videos that there's no reason for kids to be out after a certain time of night, because there's nothing good that happens after midnight for anybody really, but for teenagers especially. All right, so the people that did this, let's get a little background on them. So one of the people that was arrested, his last name is Tabb, T-A-B-B. He has a long, 5 names, whatever, right? 5 names for his full name, but we're not going through all that. He's 17 years old. Now you're thinking, 17? What is a 17-year-old doing that late at night on 6th Street in Austin? Oh, it gets better than that. All right, so the other person doesn't have a mentioned name because that person is 15. Yep, and here's the best part. They're not even from Austin. They're from Killeen. Now, I realize it's summer, so they can go visit friends or whatever, but still, you shouldn't have people out at that late at night as teenagers, okay? I have a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old, and I wouldn't let my kids go out there, especially on 6th Street, but I wouldn't let my kids go out anyway at that late at night. Here's what happened. So a week prior to this mass shooting, the 17-year-old had rolled up in Killeen, rolled up on the other 15-year-old in a dark sedan. 2 individuals were in there and opened fire, and the 15-year-old was struck in the leg. Now, I guess it wasn't that bad or anything, because apparently he's down on 6th Street a week later or a few days later. And when the 17-year-old walks by the 15-year-old, they said with his crew. So it's like gangs and stuff, right? Come on. So with his crew, he says, "You want to fight or what?" The 15-year-old, this is just from witnesses, the 15-year-old says, "Whatever." Well, they'd already shown each other their guns. They pull out guns and start shooting. Neither one of those 2 are hit. No, those 2 aren't the ones shot. 14 other people are. One girl's still fighting for her life. She's still in serious condition. But like I said, that one young man, 25 years old, passed away. And then you have all these other people that were injured because teenagers, 15 and 17 years old, are downtown in Austin, Texas. First off, if you know teenagers like I do, they don't have adults are already stupid enough, but they don't have the mental capacity to know how to deal with a stressful situation. Also, they're getting in arguments over stupid crap. They're talking about fighting. If you want to fight, why don't you be a real man? You don't need a gun to fight. Use your fist. It lasts a little bit longer, and you're either good at fighting or you're not. Now, let me just throw something else in there. I don't know, the 15-year-old, you don't know what they look like or anything. The 17-year-old is a black male. Now, people are going to say, "Oh, it's stereotype." No, it's not. Here's the thing. If it were 2 white teenage males and a bunch of black men or women were shot, could you imagine what kind of media this would get? We haven't gotten a whole bunch because why? Because it was just a black male that was involved. 17 years old and 15 years old. Where are the parents? Where are the parents? And it may be like, well, we only have it's a single parent, family. I don't give a crap. You're still a parent. Parents need to make sure that they know where their kids are. And if you don't have that kind of control, maybe it's time to figure out a place for them to go. Because they don't need to be on the streets, I'll tell you that much. This pisses me off, because if my kid were behaving anything like these kids were, they'd either have to go live with foster care. First off, they wouldn't be that way. And if they were against my rules in the house, if they're going to go against that, get out then, go somewhere else. But where are these parents? So you want to talk about our youth? Where are the parents? The parenting is bad. Man, this just pisses me off to no end. But here's the thing. There should never be teenagers down on 6th Street after a certain amount of time. And where are the parents? I'm just at a loss for words for the first time in a while. I just don't even know where to go with this. It's ridiculous. But I wanted to give you all the insight of that, what's going on, and the reason we're having mass shootings, because we have stupidity rampant in this country. Y'all have a great day. Ramblin' Man out.